I don't even know where to start for today. I was going to put pen to paper and write down what I wanted to say. But I think it's better just to say it. I think it's better not to think about it. We all have certain things that we say or don't say. There are certain words that are not okay in society. But there are also certain words that people seem to think are appropriate. And one of those words is the word retard. It is used in mainstream conversations every single day. It is also the one thing that I never let slide. It's hurtful. It's disrespectful. And frankly, it's useless. All the words in our English vocabulary, and that's the word you choose. I hear the arguments of, it was all an innocent, you know what I meant, I didn't mean any disrespect, no offense. First rule of thumb is, if you have to say no offense before or after you make a statement, you probably shouldn't be saying it. The second thing I implore you to think about is, if you think it's going to bother somebody and you say that, what does that say about your character? It doesn't matter whether it bothers you. If you know that there is a large portion of the population that is bothered by it, then why are you doing it? Are you such a dick that you don't care about people's feelings? Some of us have thick skin. I don't really care what you say to me. I don't really care what you say about me. And chances are I've heard it. But when you take a word that was initially used to describe those with intellectual disabilities and use it as a put down, that's exactly what it is. If you think somebody's dumb, or they made a dumb choice, or you're not thinking things through and you want to tell them that, why are we using the word retard? That's retarded, dude. Do you know how often I hear that on a daily basis? It's affecting people in a negative way. When you have to explain to your child what it means and why people call them that, it changes your viewpoints. Words hurt. I don't care if it doesn't hurt you. I don't care if it doesn't bother you. But I can say this. It says a lot about your character if you know it bothers me and you still choose to use it. I've lost friends. I've pissed people off. And ultimately, it's the one thing that I will not ignore. I don't care what context it's used. I don't care who says it. I don't care where we are. I don't care what's going on. 100% of the time, I'll address it. And I would say the majority of the time, it's done in a cordial manner, and people are receptive. They'll apologize. They'll say, I wasn't thinking. And that's all that anybody can ask. But then there's those times when people justify it. And those are the people that I'm reaching out to. Why? Why not change one simple word? Wouldn't change the point you're trying to make. It wouldn't change the statement. It wouldn't change what you're saying to someone or how you're trying to make them feel already. For you, it would change nothing. For the family that's living every day with disabilities, it changes everything. Everybody has something to offer. Everybody. Some people are smarter than others. Some people are prettier. Some are more intuitive. Some are more inventive, some are more creative. We all have something to offer. We can learn from every person we meet if we're receptive to that. So here's a good start. Let's learn how hurtful words really can be. You know, in a court of law, and we've all seen Law and Order, they often say, please disregard that statement. The jury will disregard that statement. You can't take that back. We've heard it. It's in there. We might not be able to discuss it openly with one another, but I guarantee you that's still in the back of your mind. There's no taking it back. You can say you're sorry, but if you still continue to do it, it speaks volumes of your character. I know people that way. And sad to admit, I do. I know people who will respect me enough not to say it to my face, but I know they still use it in everyday conversation. And it hurts, to be honest with you. I find it hurtful. I find it disrespectful. And it tells me a lot about someone's character. So I implore you just to think about it. Say something else. Find some obscure word in this vast, vast English language that we have. Use it. Knock people off their feet. Make them look it up. Make them find out what you're talking about. You look better in the eyes of people than calling someone a retard just because you think they made a stupid move. Think about this as well. The disabled population, the population of people living with disabilities, is the most inclusive population. Nobody's exempt. You may wake up tomorrow and be in a car accident, be hit by a bus, find out you have Alzheimer's or you have lupus. Your kid may be diagnosed with autism. Your child may be born with cerebral palsy, Down syndrome. Those are all disabilities. Doesn't make you less than the next person. It makes you who you are. It's a part of who you are. And you're never free from that. Can't promise you that you won't be a part of that population at some point in your life. Remember that. It's the one place no one can be guaranteed they'll never be. The last thing I want to say is you can apologize, but if you don't make the change, that's such an empty apology and it hurts. People always say words don't hurt. They do. Take this piece of paper. It's blank and it was beautiful and crisp. This is the kid that you just belittled, that you called retard. Maybe you didn't even call him or her a retard. Maybe you said it to your friend because you think it's okay and you think it's funny. And this little kid was in the background and he heard you. And this little kid has a disability. And he goes home in tears to his parents and asks what it means and why they called you that. Think about it. You can apologize and say, I didn't mean to hurt you, but you did. Kids are still growing. Their brains are still forming. They're still becoming who they're going to become. This is their emotions. This is what you just did. I can give anybody this piece of paper and say, fix it. There's no going back. You can smooth this paper out. You can shove it between two books and keep it straight for days and days and days. You're going to pull it out, and you're still going to see all the wrinkles from the time that you hurt somebody. Now, if it happens again and again and again in different ways at different times throughout life, what's going to happen to this paper? It's going to be tattered and worn and torn. And that's what we're doing to people. We're hurting people. Words hurt. The suicide rate and the bully rate in America shows you how hurtful words can be. Become a better person. Stop the hurt. One simple way to make a huge change is to not use the word retard. Take it a step further and advocate for people by encouraging those you know not to use it. Make a huge difference. Takes no time, takes no energy, but can make a huge, huge difference in the world in which we live.